Iowa. And we have arrived in Des Moines, Iowa. The reason for our travels here, I'm speaking at a youth conference this weekend, but they invited me out early just to come talk to their youth group tonight. I'll try and convince Sweet Bear to film as much of it as possible. We'll see how she does. So we're gonna be here. We're gonna be here for a couple days. What is going on up here? This is just absurd. Sweet Bear. What do I have to do to convince you to be the camera lady tonight?
Really?
You won't have to go on stage if you do.
Take me to Disney.
I'll consider it.
That's the only thing I'll do for it.
Really? That's a high price.
Hate to disappoint, but you're gonna have to pay me a lot of money to get me on stage. And that price is Disney.
Okay, we're on our way to the church. I have no idea what to expect tonight. The pastor emailed me, who's running this whole conference this weekend, and he said, hey, do you want to come in early and do an event with our youth group? I'm really excited. I have all these ideas, and I was excited too, so I just kind of said yes, and then I realized, oh no, I really don't know what I'm doing. I think I'm doing some spoken word and sharing my testimony, and then maybe even some new spoken word, and they might ask me to even freestyle, which I don't know if I can do, but it's gonna be fun. We'll see what happens. Sweet Bear, any second thoughts on the filming? We'll see. We'll keep you updated on her status. Okay, we're here. We're about to start. But Sweet Bear has agreed to film.
I have?
Didn't you just agree?
Oh, okay.
I'll put the camera on a tripod.
I'll do it.
We'll do it.
So while everybody's getting the food set
My
up,
wife's
here's what we're
done
doing, okay? So hopefully you have a pin.
Okay, so here's what's going on.
Are they gonna be able to hear you?
I don't know. Here's what's going on. The students filled out these cards, and they were asked to give like 1 or 2 topics of things they wanted me to write a spoken word on. So now I have like 15 to 20 minutes to take the cards and write spoken word poems based off of their suggestions. I finished one. I'm trying to write 2 full ones. I don't know.
If you're going to volunteer later in the day, you're still invited for that lunch. 4 o'clock, we have an all-you-can-eat, well, sort of, reception in the family life. So without further ado, let's welcome up to the stage John Jorgensen.
What's up, y'all? So you all, about, I don't know, what was it, like 10 minutes ago, before you ate, and before you worshiped, you wrote down on cards some suggestions of things that you wanted to hear spoken word poetry on. And in the time that you went through that line in worship, I wrote 2 poems that I want, because I decided to write 2. I didn't know how many I would write, but I decided to write 2 because there was a very clear split down the middle of the suggestions. There were some suggestions that were really deep and really theological and very spiritual in nature, and then there were a batch that weren't so deep. But were maybe a bit more controversial. So I wrote one piece on the deep stuff and one on what I'll call the not so deep stuff. Which one do you want to hear first? Not so deep or deep? Not so deep, that's what I thought. So I'll do both these pieces, and then if we have time, I'll do one of my normal pieces, just so you get an idea. The piece I'll do at the end, which is one of my sort of normal ones, that type of piece takes me about 3 weeks to write. So this took me 10 minutes, so I apologize. All right, this one is called, Not So Deep. Ankles and CPR go to Annie Feldman. Raquel Butler's Butters wants Ted Cruz to win. A tropical animal shout out goes to Colin. Elephants are fat goes to Jack. Just drank some Snapple. By the way, Isaac, I like apple. Nate wants to know about God playing football, and Seth P. Zebras aren't black or white. They're awesome, that's all. Harrison Pike wants the Steelers to spike. Touchdown, Super Bowl. Martha or Mathia Wharf wants fruit in a bowl. Obama's dog's name is Bo. So, that's the end. Don't worry, Luke Burgett. I didn't forget. Cheese balls. Thank you. Alright, this one is called Deep, which is a pretty poor title, I guess. But here we go. What do teenagers in the church wonder about today? I'm glad you asked, because I did too. Purity, unity, anxiety, and depression. Modesty, heresy, theology, and salvation. Hope, temptation, a revival in our nation, integration, immigration, and love. What does it mean to love? What do teenagers in the church wonder about today? Conquering fears, suicidal tears, what I see in the mirror, is that beautiful? What do they wonder about? The future? Making a change, fruits of the Spirit, the estranged, the Bible, evangelism, and how to expand our range. I don't know if you can tell, but these kids wonder about some pretty intense stuff. Growing up in this world today, I can tell you they got it rough. They're in need of some hands-on help, not just passive prayer sessions. They're hungry for love and guidance. They're desperate for our lessons. Enough spoken word. Let's answer some questions.
So real quick, before you're dismissed, we need to introduce one other person, and that's his amazing wife. So Erin, can you come on up here real quick? She thought she was going to...
And there's nothing that replaces a real relationship with its flaws and its beauty.
I will tell you one thing that's perfect. You're not getting a cat. So good job. Well done.
Okay.
We're back.
I told him he could.
What? What did you just say? I thought it went well. Did you?
Oh, you were fishing for compliments.
No, I was just asking.
It went really well.
Tommy. This is the worst ending to a vlog ever.
I think it's funny. I think we should tell the people. When will that save the people?
I had the time of my life writing those 2 spoken words.
Yeah, John, you guys should have seen it. So they wrote on cards what they wanted the spoken words to be about, and then John had 15 minutes
Yeah,
to write
less.
2 of them. And first of all, he was so in his element, he looked like a drug addict, he was crazy, and also was
okay.
staring down anybody that tried to come over to him. He'd be like he was so serious. But also, they were really good, so.
You watched them just now.
He wrote those in 15 minutes. I can't even write my name in 15 minutes.
I'm just picturing you sitting at a desk,
It's true, it takes me 15 minutes to find one that I think is appropriate.
I'm picturing you doing it really slow.
No, guys. I'm gonna bring my bear onesie.
She did not bring the bear onesie.
How dare I even show my face in this vlog?
Keep being awesome.
Keep. E-E. Oh, I only know how to do Aaron.
And it takes you 15 minutes.
Ooh.